Thank you for tuning in this Sunday evening. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Looking at Chicago, they took the win in their last game against the Pistons in Detroit. It was just a textbook performance. That game was all there. As they got it going, it was full speed ahead.
And even in hostile territory, as they were that day, they had no jitters at all. I mean, the confidence kept growing as the shots kept falling.
And they were falling big time. I mean, from the top to the bottom of that roster, everybody was locked, loaded, and spraying jumpers.
A look at the Magic starting group. Mirza Teletovic out there with LeBron James. Then there's Lowry. Then there's Horford. And it's Gordon in at the two-guard spot. Good on the shot. Teletovic has got the first 3 points tonight for Orlando.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
And LeBron has been in the postseason every year since his rookie season. Last year he passed Jerry West on the all-time postseason scoring list. I'm sure he'll just continue to climb up the record book.
Here's Lowry. After Dirk Nowitzki's bucket, Horford kicks to LeBron. Horford sets a screen for LeBron. Back to Horford. Just 5 to shoot. Takes the elbow jumper and drains it.
Just couldn't get a hand in the face on that one.
That's using what you got. He's got a height advantage, put it to good use there, and got himself a clean look.
Screen by Bogut. Nowitzki with the screen on Gordon. Nowitzki dishes to Bogut. That is good.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Lowry passes to Horford. First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. LeBron is screen on Dragic. Lowry kicks to Horford. What a season for Al Horford last year. Such a great display from him and his team as he led the Hawks to the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference.
And for all the team accomplishments the Hawks had, Horford was able to hit some of his own milestones as well. Had his first career triple-double last season.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. He hits both from the stripe.
Well done again. He doesn't have the same problems at the line that plague some of the NBA's other big men.
Dragic kicks to Bogut. Dishes it to Beal. From downtown, it's hauled in by the Magic.
Horford was really a cog in all aspects of the Hawks last season. I mean, a major cog. Just a consistent presence inside with his 15 points and 7 boards a game.
Now here's Gordon, coming off a stellar performance against Oklahoma City. Outside Dragic. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Here's Beal, and that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. Beal's got his first points of the game.
And for Horford last year, the numbers were down a bit, but that wasn't due to his play. I think the Hawks were just a more balanced team, and he could obviously put up bigger numbers if he wanted to, but by playing within the system, I think it allowed Atlanta to reach its true potential over the course of the regular season.
And here's Dragic following Kyle Lowry's three-pointer. Another shot, and it's Dragic laying it in. Dragic has got his first 2 points of the night.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
James against Kid Gilchrist. Outside Lowry. To the inside. It's stolen by Bogut. Dragic kicks to Beal. Wide open look. And it's LeBron James with the rebound.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
The shot by Lowry, no good.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Dragic kicks to Nowitzki. Drains it from beyond the arc. Nowitzki's got 5 points so far.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
Out to the right wing. Dragic against Lowry. Shot clock at 6. No good. Dragic with some nice D.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
A floater. Great D that time from LeBron. Dishes to Horford. Lowry drives in. That's good from Horford on the assist by Lowry. And it's 6 points for Horford.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Now here's Dragic. 14 points from him the last game against Detroit.
And it just wasn't about the offense. I mean, he was racking up the steals and taking advantage of some sloppy play by the opponent. I tell you what, he has quite the act to follow. But Fred Hoiberg was a quick choice for the brass in Chicago. Signed that 5-year deal over the summer. Was easily one of the most in-demand coaches available.
Well, Greg, for Hoiberg, it's his first job as an NBA head coach. Now, we know he played. He's been a part of an NBA front office. Clark, he came from Iowa State, where he honed his coaching skills and was highly respected.
Yeah, very much respected, particularly as an offensive coach. And we know the Bulls are pretty solid defensively, and he'll be looking to ramp up that offensive approach for that team, and I think he will.
Now, here's Gordon. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
And another lead change here. How many of these are we going to have tonight?
I'm not quite sure, but I'm willing to bet it'll be more than a few.
Here's Dragic following the basket by LeBron James. Bogut the pass to Kid Gilchrist. Nowitzki a screen. And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Nowitzki. Can't convert after the good screen.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
There's a screen. Lowry dishes to Teletovic. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Teletovic has got 6.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defense.
This break in the action, we can show you the teams that had the most rebounds last season. The Bulls 3rd.
Boy, I tell you what, Kevin, they never eased up on the boards throughout last season. I mean, they were tenacious. They persevered. They were aggressive. I mean, they went after the boards hard.
Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for Andrew Bogut. Bulls trail by 4. And that Florida team with Horford, Noah, and Corey Brewer, such a tight-knit group. All those guys still competing and defending at a very high level now in the NBA.
Each of those guys very team-first in their approach. That's what they're about, winning. And because they've experienced championship winning, they stay locked into that task.
Dragic, that drops, and it comes off an assist from Dirk Nowitzki. Dragic has got his second bucket of the game to go. Orlando's gone 3 of 3 from deep. 9 points rung up from outside here in the first. Horford up top, defended by Nowitzki. Horford sets a screen for LeBron. Back to Horford. The shot misses. And it's Chicago the other way. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Orlando.
And although they were the better team last year by overall record, This was a competitive matchup for them.
Guys, they split the season series, and there's always randomness to this game. The unpredictability of it. You win some, you lose some, but they certainly want to impose their talent level tonight.
Now here's Kid Gilchrist following the miss by Al Horford. Rockets the pass to Beal. Shoots the three. It's through for a second basket. He's now 2 for 6. Well, Clark, we've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
Yeah, we sure have. I mean, it's been a bit of a windshield wiper game. I mean, back and forth, the lead has gone 5 times, so no one in clear control yet.
And, guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Here's Kid Gilchrist following the basket by Al Horford. And it's Kid Gilchrist penetrating an easy layup after coming off the pick. Kid Gilchrist has got his second bucket tonight. Now we go to Doris Burke, who spoke with Scott Skiles. Doris?
One player we discussed in detail is the young Bradley Beal. He said, I was a fan of his game from watching him at Florida. His combination of outside shooting and slashing make him a very tough cover. We're going to put pressure on him and try to take the ball out of his hands. And Kevin, Beal's such an intriguing talent. We'll see if he's able to put up some big numbers.
And thanks for that story, Doris. Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Withy's checked in for Nowitzki. Allen comes in for Kid Gilchrist. And Max subbed in for Goran Dragic. Then for the Magic, Spates checked in for Horford. Damari Carroll comes in for Mirza Teletovic. And Jared Jack is subbed in for Kyle Lowry. Now here's Beal, coming off a stellar performance against Detroit. Anderson's shot is off.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Jack's shot is good. Now, and we're still just in the first half.
Both teams showing a lot of resilience, I think. Coming back, back and forth, back and forth.
Reminds me of a song.
Yeah, Kevin, that's Cameo, to be exact. And I'm not sure I've seen a game with more lead changes this early.
Here's Beal. After Jared Jack's score, Matt drains it from beyond the arc. Max got his first 3 points of the game.
Just a little confusion among the D as to who was supposed to be on it. And once again, last season, the Magic were near the bottom of the East. Only 15 wins for them against the rest of that conference.
They get it again.
Look at the big fella working on that possession. He knows how to fend guys off and get those rebounds.
They set the pick. Beal gets a wide open look. That three off the mark. And the Magic have been a bit of a doormat for the East the last few seasons, it seems, Clark.
Well, we'll put some numbers on that for your partner.
Yep.
They've finished in the bottom 3 each of the last 3 seasons. The plan is to collect talent, and they've done that, but it hasn't gelled or matured to the point of being consistent yet.
Chicago leading. Orlando, they've gone 50% from the field in the first quarter, 8 of 16. Carroll, no one around him. The Magic again can't hit. And Chicago shooting well right out of the gates here at around 50%. Now here's Beal. He has 5. Withy kicks to Beal. Hits it from three-point range. Beal's got 8 points.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Now here is Jack. 14 points from him the last game against Oklahoma City. James wide open. Good, and Jack gets the assist. LeBron's got his second basket of the game. Well, Chicago has gotten a lot of shots off from three-point land in the first quarter, but they're only 4 of 9.
take a look now at some numbers for Beal. How he did last season. Last season, he averaged 15 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he's been putting up points with regularity. I mean, that's what they depend on, his killer instinct on offense.
Yeah, and anytime this club needs a bucket, he's their go-to. Just irrepressible and a prolific scorer.
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. B-Train's checked in for LeBron. And the Machine subbed in for Gordon. Here's Mack. It's stolen by Jack. And now in transition is Jack. Here we go. He feeds it to Spates. And there's the pass to the Machine. He's looking for Carroll and finds him. Comes up empty down low.
Well, one of his issues is he's a player that just does not excel at fighting through contact on his way to the rim.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Nobody near Allen. And again, no good by Chicago. And even 3-on-3 break. Stolen away. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Mack, good. Mack's got his second bucket of the night.
Just a good, solid, aggressive finish there on the break.
Not going to get much easier than that, Greg. Simple.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Bulls out front, up 4. From the United Center in Chicago. Back in a moment. And Dirk Nowitzki steadily climbing the all-time scoring rankings. He talked about the remarkable journey of his long and illustrious career. Dirk has proven himself through the test of time. As tough as it may have been back in his rookie year, he overcame those obstacles to become this elite NBA player, Clark, destined for the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, you know, people now talk about players being a Dirk Nowitzki type. And that's a type any team would like to have. One of the greatest power forwards in NBA history, for sure.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Bulls?
You always like it when your team doesn't settle for outside shots, and that's been the case here early on.
Yeah, I agree with you. They've done a nice job, Greg, working it low and not taking the easy way out on offense, keeping that pressure on the defense by going inside.
Allen out there with Nowitzki. Then it's Shelvin Mack. Then there's Dragic, and it's Bogut in at the 5 spot. That's the Bulls 5 as we get into the second quarter.
And Dirk Nowitzki last season, I felt like the first time we saw real signs of wear and tear from all the years of him playing. His field goal percentage, points per game, rebounds, all off his career averages. And that said, though, he's still a crafty, dangerous guy to have to go up against.
Now here's Allen. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9. Passes it to the Machine. The dish to Teletovic. They set the pick. Spates sets a screen from the arc. Another miss by Orlando. Bulls have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Mack, good.
Another gap in the defense found there, and they've really had their number today.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Pass to the Machine to stop the run. Dirk Nowitzki with the rebound.
Boy, from my angle, it looked like it was in the bottom of the net. Looked good from here.
Yeah, I'm about as shocked as you are, Clark.
Off the mark there with the three-point shot. The Magic trail by 11. Outside Jack. Pass to Spates. Here's B-Train. Magic moving the ball around. 6 to shoot. Here's Teletovic. Once again off the mark, Orlando. The Bulls leading by 11. Mag dishes to Nowitzki. Allen kicks to Bogut. And there's a whistle that goes on B-Train. That's his first foul.
Yeah, man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Michael Kidd-Gilchrist is checked in for Ray Allen. Orlando also making some changes. Al Horford's checked in for Spates. Houdini comes in for the Machine. And it's Lowry in for Jarrett Jack. Screen by Bogut. And it's Kidd-Gilchrist penetrating. Banked in off the glass. Kidd-Gilchrist has got his third bucket of the night.
And really, the Bulls weathered a lot of injuries last season and still had a good showing in the East. Came away with the 3 seed when many thought they would sink down after.
Well, let's take a look at where Orlando ended up, Kevin, rank-wise in the league last year. 12th in steals, 12th in points off turnovers. And they were in the top half of the league in field goal percentage as a team, and part of that was due to the fact that they were a little inconsistent offensively.
LeBron, he's checked in for Orlando. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And the Bulls did end up with the 3rd seed in the East. 33 of their 50 wins last year, Clark, coming in the Eastern Conference.
But it wasn't an even distribution of those wins for the Bulls. Against their own division in the Southeast, they played .500 basketball. They got their good in-conference record from feasting on the Atlantic teams, taking 16 wins in 18 games against that division.
Here's Nowitzki following the basket by Al Horford. James outside. The pass to Houdini. He tries for 3. The shot misses. And it's Chicago the other way. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's Mack. Lowry covering. Screen by Bogut. Dragic with a wide open look. And the 3 ball is good. Dragic has got 7 points in the game.
Maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot the D can afford to give him.
James, the pass to Horford. Lowry with the ball. Horford with the screen on Dragic. 5 on the clock. Nice work there coming off the screen. 5 points in the game.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lowry. Gordon's checked in for Houdini. Dragic kicks to Kidd-Gilchrist. To the paint. Here's Bogut. Stolen by Gordon. Inside. And LeBron throws it down.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came upright with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
Here's Mack. The Magic getting the bucket. Nowitzki gets a wide open look, and it falls over the rim and in. Nowitzki's got 7 now in this quarter.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
They set the screen. Gordon dishes to Teletovic. Lowry against Dragic. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Well, the Orlando Magic had a rough season last year. They managed to still be, though, competitive on the road.
You know, they really had one of those years where they just seemed to play better on the road. Maybe more comfortable, not as much pressure. Almost half of their wins on the year came out of town.
That one is off.
And part of why Orlando held things together on the road was they could get hot from the floor. Ended up in the top 10 in the NBA in terms of field goal percentage on the road.
He hits the second from the line.
And, you know, for the Magic, they still only had 12 road wins last year. Given the youth of this team, that's definitely something that can be built on.
Now here's Dragic. He has 7. He dishes it to Mack. Here's the 3. And it's Orlando with the rebound. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
You just have to admire the versatility they were able to display offensively.
Scoring came from every direction, all over the place. I mean, if one approach didn't work for them, they found another one that did.
Magic timeout.
Here's the 2K leaderboard with last season's best free throw shooting teams. The Bulls 3rd.
You know, it's interesting when you look at this team, Kevin. I mean, they found a way to get their whole team to knock down free throws at a consistent level. I mean, a team that can't make free throws, that's a huge liability and one you don't want to deal with. They'd like to repeat their success at the line this year.
Gordon, the pass to Teletovic. Back to Gordon. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Dragic kicks to Bogut. Bulls moving the ball around. Here's Nowitzki. That doesn't go either for Nowitzki.
Well, he turned a high percentage shot into a low percentage shot by trying to go to the fadeaway.
Dragic against Gordon. Lowry dishes to Horford. Back to Lowry. Down to 5 on the shot clock. So he gets the whistle. Contact.
Year put up about 17 points a game, 6 assists and 4 rebounds. And for any other player putting up those numbers, we'd say they were great, but for him, they're just simply run-of-the-mill.
Sure, you know, most guys would be satisfied with that stat line, but he's built for more.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
The first one falls. Chicago making a switch here. Withy's checked in. That one misses. Chicago was as strong as they would have hoped for last season at home in the United Center. A lot of big wins for them here.
Yeah, and despite all the injuries, they go 27-14 at home, and that helped to assure them of home court in the first round of the playoffs. Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. I mean, he had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket. You know, you look back on the Bulls' record last year with 27 home wins. That's pretty solid. Same exact total as they had the year before. They haven't gone below 500 at home since 2008.
And a big part of why the Bulls are tough at home is this crowd. I mean, sold out every game last season, led the league in total attendance for 6 straight seasons, averaging over 21,000 fans per game.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for Nowitzki. And Bradley Beal subbed in for Goran Dragic. The Magic trail by 11. LeBron kicks to Gordon. Back to James. The feed to Horford. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. LeBron's got 4 assists now tonight. Bulls have gone 6 of 13 so far from the field here in the second quarter. Anderson outside. Kicks it to Kid Gilchrist. Beal against Gordon. 5 to shoot. For the 3. Beal can't get it to go.
Got a good look, though. I thought that was going to go down.
Yeah, the D, though, just enough to bother the rhythm on that one, Clark.
Gordon with no one around. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
And you could see he just caught a glimpse of the open man on the perimeter and immediately got him the basketball.
And Mack kicks to Withy. Stolen by Gordon. On the wing, Gordon. Baseline jumper. That's good. Now just a 5-point Bulls lead.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
And Mack kicks to Anderson. Feeds it to Mack. Dishes it to Beal. 6 on the shot clock. He kicks to Anderson. Wide open look. Orlando grabs the miss. LeBron's got 7 rebounds in the game. And it's Gordon missing. The Bulls leading by 5. Beal the pass to Mack. There's the 3. And the Bulls get it back. And Kid Gilchrist throws it down.
And Kevin, the knack for the offensive rebound are a big part of what makes this guy special.
Not to mention, Greg, his ability to finish with strength just like that.
Yeah, he's an invaluable asset for them to have. No question about it.
So it's Orlando now. The Bulls getting the bucket. Carroll kicks to LeBron. The Magic need to get a shot off here. 3-pointer, Lowry. It's rebounded by Kid Gilchrist. Kid Gilchrist has got his 4th rebound in this one.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Now here's Beal. 8 points for him. Kid Gilchrist, no luck. The Magic trail by 7. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far. Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
At the elbow, it's Gordon. Can't connect from short range.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
And for Kyle Anderson, he had so many traits, Greg, the Spurs were looking for when they drafted him back in 2014, but he spent pretty much the entire season on the pine.
Yeah, and you know that Coach Pop makes his guys earn their minutes. You know, he doesn't care if he took you in the first round or if you're an undrafted free agent. He's going to play the guy who helps his team win.
Chicago timeout call.
Stats for James. He's coming off an excellent season. 3rd in scoring, 7th in assists, and he was also among the top 20 in steals. That ability is more unique than folks realize. Very valuable defensively.
And you only average top 3 in points if you have a particular mindset that you are the guy destined to bring the bacon home for your squad.
Chicago making a switch here. Allen's checked in. The Magic also changing it up. Spates checked in for Horford. The machine comes in for LeBron. And Jarrett Jack is subbed in for Kyle Lowry. Here's Mack. He has 7. He feeds it to Withy. Tries again. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
Guys, they are dialed in from beyond right now. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove. in this game.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up-tempo so far.
B-Train's checked in for Eric Gordon. And he sinks the second.
And injuries, once again, were a central theme of the Bulls' season last year. Losing Rose was one thing, but then having Jimmy Butler lose a lot of time put them in such a tough spot.
Now here's Carroll. Passes to B-Train. There's the triple. Offensive rebound. The Machine got a hand on it. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will retain possession. .109 left in the first half of the game. There's the dish to Spates. Pass to the Machine. Here's B-Train. Good ball movement here by the Magic. Just 5 to shoot. Second chance shot. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Spates has got his first basket. And for the Bulls and injuries, a lot of teams plan for these type of things. There's only so much Clark you can do to mitigate losing your starting backcourt.
But I tell you, great respect and admiration for the Bulls for how they fought through the difficulty. I mean, their front court did what they could. The injuries, once again, I thought turned the Bulls from championship contenders to just a playoff team.
The Magic trail by 4. Here's B-Train. Swiped away. And Mack kicks to Allen. Here's Mack. Pass to Beal from the arc. And he gets it to go. Beal's got 11 points.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
And so we conclude the first half. Bulls lead by 7. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, Goran, just a quick question before you head off to the locker room. Is the varied offensive attacks the team has succeeded with tonight key to this nice lead?
Yeah, you know, if every player on the court is dangerous for basket, then it's much easier for us, you know. And for defense, it's tough.
All 5 guys a threat, guys. Always a pleasure to watch.
Thank you, Doris. And we'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny, the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be looking back at the game's first half. We saw Dirk Nowitzki lighting it up in the first half. He had 12 points, 2 assists, and 3 rebounds. And Shaq, what did you see out there from the Bulls?
The bulk of their offense, Ernie, Kenny, has come in the paint. See, it's just as good. It's hard-nosed basketball when you play in the post. Trust me, I know. You wouldn't know nothing about that, Kenny, little man.
And over to Kenny. How about what you saw from the Magic?
They need to look into areas where they can gain an advantage. Rebounding is largely a hustle stat. Right now, they're getting out-rebounded. They need to commit to changing that. Those afforded by better rebounding are key for them to win tonight.
All right, and that'll do it for us here. We now take you back to the second half of our game. Kevin Harlan ready with the call.
Chicago leading by 7. Here's who Scott Skiles is starting the second half with. Lowry out there with Gordon. Then there's Mirza Teletovic. Then it's LeBron James. And it's Horford in at the 5, down low. Now here's Nowitzki. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. Nowitzki's got the first bucket of the third here for Chicago. Picked by Horford. Lowry dishes to Horford. James against Kid Gilchrist. And finished off by Horford.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
Now, here's Dragic. Nowitzki kicks to Dragic. 5 on the clock. Poked away. Lets the 3 fly. The shot is off.
Well, LeBron James long considered the greatest player in the league. He's got some competition now, though. Kevin Durant, Anthony Davis, Steph Curry, James Harden, all playing well last year. But for my money, there's no better player in the league than King James.
Cannot hit. And it's Chicago the other way. They've led by as many as 14 points. Dragic kicks to Beal. That's it, coming off an assist from Dragic. 14 points here for Beal. Well, Clark, you look at LeBron's career averages right now, around 27, 7 and 7. Hard to argue at this time he's not the best player in the league.
Well, you know, he might not always win the MVP award, Kevin, but that doesn't really matter. I think he's the most feared player in the league, and he proved he can carry a team in last season's NBA Finals. Clearly, one of the all-time greats.
And I love the tenacity, guys. He simply can will his way into games at times and exert his presence.
Now, here's Nowitzki. He's got 14. Screen by Bogut. Dragic, the pass to Bogut. Can't make good off the pick.
Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
Yeah, nice job of setting the screen by his teammate there, and I'm sure he appreciated it.
Lowry against Dragic. The pass to LeBron. Again, James missing.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one over.
Beal with it, and it's Gordon picking him up. And Beal kicks to Nowitzki. An easy 2 points on the layup. Nowitzki's got 16.
And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
Here's Teletovic, and the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
And you're not going to pass up that kind of chance.
The Bulls leading by 8. And here is Beal. Nowitzki a screen. And Beal kicks to Dragic. To the middle. Here's Nowitzki. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Mirza Teletovic. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there. And really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Nowitzki in the post, working on Horford. Nowitzki, no good. Outside Lowry. The feed to Horford. Shot off the screen. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. James has got his 8th assist. He dishes to Dragic. Nowitzki against Horford. Lock at 6. And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Nowitzki. That's good. Nowitzki's got 18 points. The Magic trail by 8. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And LeBron throws it down.
Really hard to decide, guys, which was better. The pass, the catch, or the slam.
Clark, there's no wrong answer to that one, my friend. Sensational alley-oop all the way around.
And guys, you know what? You wouldn't know that they're the team that's actually trailing with how they were able to pull that play off.
And here is LeBron. Dirk Nowitzki getting his 3 to go. Gordon with the screen for LeBron. Inside. And the dunk by Horford.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hand.
Now here's Beal. He's got 14. Up top, Dragic. It's Chicago with another bucket.
And that's the kind of move that will always pay off, even against tight defense like he was facing on that possession.
Dragic against Lowry. There's the pick. Here's Horford. And it's sent back by Bogut. And he's able to get it back.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Al Horford. Last season, he played outstanding. Averaged about 15 points a game last season. 7 rebounds and 3 assists. And really just excellent numbers. I like what we've been seeing from him across the board.
I do too. I mean, he's playing with much more focus now and a much higher level of intensity.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
Free throw good, Horford.
Horford having just a fantastic game. He's got 19 points, and he has 1 steal to his credit as well.
And Clark, he's just done a great job defensively. That 1 steal doesn't tell the whole story.
Houdini's checked in for Orlando. And Al Horford drops them both. Well, the Magic knew that last season would be one, Greg, for development. A young team like they had needs to grow before they can really compete.
And you touched upon it, Kevin. They really were a young team last season. 3rd youngest team in the league by the end of the year. How about an average age of just over 24 years old?
And it's the Magic with the ball. Dirk Nowitzki unable to get his shot to go. Gordon goes in. That is good. Gordon's got 6.
And really smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Showed nice basketball IQ. I agree, Greg. I mean, if he finds his spot on the perimeter and doesn't force it, I think his outside shot will be hard to block no matter who's defending him.
Here's Kid Gilchrist after Eric Gordon's bucket. Good on the shot. And so here's Orlando. They trail by 7. Looking ahead to their next game, playing at New Orleans, they'll match up against the Pelicans. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road. Horford the pass to LeBron. Horford with a screen on Kid Gilchrist. It's no good. He's now 4 of 9 from the field. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. LeBron with the block. And up the court come the Magic on the break. Gordon with it. Picked up by Kid Gilchrist.
You can see he just rushed that a little bit. Lost the focus, I think.
And he gets it to go. And it's a 9-point Chicago lead.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
Now here's LeBron. He's got 9. And there's Eric Gordon on the assist by James. 8 points for Eric Gordon.
And Kevin, that was a really sweet stroke from Gordon.
Let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
I was able to listen in on what Chicago's coach was going over with his team. The strategy included running the offense through Dragic. Coach is looking for him to take on a lot of responsibility when they've got the ball, to be a leader at the offensive end. Probably a good time to make some changes with a good chunk of the second half still to go, Kevin.
And as always, Doris, thank you. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will take it.
Magic's ball.
With this chance, let's show you the league's most intimidating shot blocking defenses from last season. Number 5, the Bulls.
A big part of their defense really revolved around their ability to block shots at the rim. It's so valuable to have that kind of backline protection. Allows you to be aggressive on the perimeter.
Here's Houdini. Now Carroll. He dishes it to Jack. 5 to shoot. Here's Houdini. No good on the 3. Chicago leading by 7. Here's Mack. Can't get it to go. And Orlando the other way now. Jack passes to Houdini. Jack against Dragic. Outside Jack. To the inside. Teletovic dishes to Jack. Shoots. Spates trying to break loose. That one off the back iron and out. Chicago's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for 1.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
Boy, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
And also, I think it's really led to the rhythm and confidence you've seen from long range tonight throughout the entire game.
Here's Jack. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Jack's got his second basket of the night.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
And for Goran Dragic, so incredibly efficient on the offensive end over the last couple years, whether with Phoenix or Miami, he's really upped his game.
You know, Kevin, it took him a few years to kind of get comfortable in the NBA, much like the great Steve Nash had his struggles early in his career. Now the game is kind of slowed down for him. He's not forcing as much, and it has certainly paid off.
Here's Dragic, the Magic getting the bucket. Free throw line jump shot. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Dragic has got 18 points.
Talking about Dragic's newfound efficiency, he's shot over 50% from the field the past 3 years. I mean, impressive. That's a really high percentage for a point guard who plays so aggressively.
Now here's Carroll. Kicks to Spates. Feeds to Jack. Takes the 3. Can't get it to go. Dragic with some nice D.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Well, guys, they need to do something to reduce this deficit. We'll see if that's the answer.
And talking about Goran Dragic, he's learned how to play under control without losing his speed. I mean, early in his career, he committed way too many turnovers. Now he's able to push the action without making so many of those mental mistakes.
Spates. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
And Maurice Spates last season with the best year of his career. I mean, he shot the cover off the ball and did a nice job on the boards as well.
Greg, you were just talking about Mo Spates. Clark, he has a great mid-range jump shot.
He does, and they actually call him Mo Bucket. But he actually played so well last season, they even threw in Mo VP from time to time.
Orlando making some changes. B-Train comes in for Mirza Teletovic, and the Machine subbed in for Houdini.
And trying to cut into this lead, they need every edge they can get.
It's stolen by Carroll. Now here is Jack. 1:09 left in the third. There's the pick. High post try. Chicago grabs the miss. Anderson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And Matt kicks to Dragic. Off the left rim and out. The Magic trail by 10.
Clearly a 2-for-1 situation here, guys.
Oh, Oh, without question, Greg. I mean, the wise move would be to get themselves a quick shot so they have an opportunity to get that 2-for-1.
The Magic have shot 8 of 10 from the line. That's an even 80% free throw shooting here.
Shooting two. Shooting two.
And he makes the first. And both free throws good for Spates. For a franchise that had so much success under his tenure, there was sure a lot of friction with Tom Thibodeau, and the Bulls front office surprised a lot of people, I know, including yourself.
Yeah, you know, it's not something that you see often, a winning coach at odds with his GM and president. With how often their differences came up, though, you knew something was afoot.
Now, here's Dragic. He's got 18, and Anderson kicks to Mack. Back to Anderson. Allen passes to Dragic. Shot clock at 6. Pulls it up. And again, no good by Chicago. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Bulls out front. They lead by 8. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our 4th quarter coming up next. And the final period of play just about to start. Here's James. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the 4th quarter. So for Chicago right now, we've got Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. He'll get out there with Nowitzki. Then there's Bradley Beal, and it's Mack in at the point guard position. Chicago leading by 8. Beal with it. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Beal's got the 4th quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Bulls. Gordon against Beal. Outside Gordon. Dishes to LeBron. Lowry has the open look. No good from outside. And for the Bulls, they're shooting at 50% in a decent groove. Kidd-Gilchrist dishes to Nowitzki. Offensive rebound. No good from Bogut. The Magic trail by 10. 4th quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Horford kicks to LeBron. Good ball movement here by the Magic. That's good.
And a sharp pass to set up that high percentage shot in close.
Bulls have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the 4th quarter. Passes it to Mack. He kicks it to Nowitzki. That doesn't go either for Nowitzki. The Magic shooting at 44%, pretty reasonable. The dish now to Lowry. Lowry can't get that one to fall. The Bulls leading by 8. Here's Kidd-Gilchrist, and that one's good.
They have got to box out better than that. That putback's just another example of what a difference there's been between these two teams.
Now here's James. 2nd minute off the clock now in the 4th. To the paint, here's Horford. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. And it's now 22 points for Horford.
Boy, you got to love that assist by LeBron.
Chicago's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Mack, the pass to Kidd-Gilchrist. Gordon against Beal. He feeds it to Bogut. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. That's on LeBron James. The #1 overall pick in 2005, Andrew Bogut. Great expectations, Greg, for the big Aussie coming in.
Yeah, I mean, a phenomenal rebounder and rim protector. He's got that high basketball IQ from a defensive standpoint. You know, and on offense, he averaged over 20 points a game in college. He's an instinctive passer, just not much more you could ask for.
You know, going back to Bogut's fanfare entering the league, was third in Rookie of the Year balloting. Then he went on to have some solid, if unspectacular, years, though his shot blocking and defense were always strong.
And the Magic making a change here. Jeletovic has checked in. Good on the second free throw.
And guys, one thing people often forget to mention about Bogut, his passing. What sets him apart as a big man is his court vision, and whether it's from the high post, low post, he can create opportunities for his teammates.
Now here is Lowry. Here's Horford. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. Horford's got 4 points this quarter.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
It's Kid Gilchrist on the wing. Covered by LeBron.
And Kid Gilchrist had that very funky jumper coming into the league. And prior to last year, really worked tirelessly. Not an easy thing to do, to try to change the entire form and structure of your jump shot.
Clark for Kid Gilchrist, and his shot, it seemed to be a step in the right direction for his entire offensive game.
Well, Kevin, it was the first year of reworking that jump shot, and the mid-range percentage has gone up as a result. That's positive progress.
He's perfect from the line this time. And when you think of Kid Gilchrist, one thing that comes to mind is intangibles. He has a desire and intensity and a will to win that elevates him to elite status.
Yeah, you know, he never will be a great shooter, and he's still working on his jump shot. But the intangibles, you talked about it, you add heart and tenacity to that. Every team wants a guy like that.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Now, here's Bogut. Rebound by the Magic. LeBron's got 9 rebounds now tonight.
And talking about Kid Gilchrist, yes, he's worked to fix his shooting form last season, but the real improvement was made on the boards. He averaged 7.5 rebounds a game in only 29 minutes of play. That is outstanding.
And so here is Chicago after LeBron James's miss.
And for Kid Gilchrist, he was accustomed to so much winning in high school, college, international competition. He's had a rough first 3 years in the NBA, making the playoffs only once in that time. But he's a real warrior, so that has to be killing him inside. What a game for Kid Gilchrist. 11 rebounds and also an assist.
And he's good on the first of 3. Good on the second free throw. One problem the Magic faced last season was depth. They really weren't a deep team, and it hurt them along the way.
Yeah, it sure did. I mean, they had the second fewest bench points in the league, and that number was really low because they didn't use the bench that often. Starters did a lot of the heavy lifting.
And he nails the third.
And for the Magic, they would try and address the bench for this season, both through the draft and free agency.
I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
I was able to listen in on what Scott Skiles was going over with his team. He didn't exactly take it easy on them, saying, "How much do you want it? Don't tell me. Show me out there. We have to play better. We have to play harder if we're going to come back." Guys?
And thank you, Doris. Here's James. Yes, it is. Scored that as a bucket. Number 5 on a 5 for 11 night. And Chicago has possession. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Mack dishes to Bogut. Down low, here's Kid Gilchrist. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Kid Gilchrist has got 9 points now in the quarter. The Magic trail by 12. Picked by Horford. Gordon kicks to Horford. And it's a defensive 3-second violation.
Technical foul.
One shot. One shot.
A free throw good from Eric Gordon.
Really unfortunate for Eric Gordon that an assortment of injuries have really derailed his career. A few years back, he looked like he'd be an absolute star. Once a 22 points a game score, was down to 13 a game last season.
Now here is Lowry. Count that one. The Bulls' lead has been cut down to 8 on the bucket from Eric Gordon.
And he has starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
For Chicago, they've gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. Yeah, on the topic of Eric Gordon, one would think he's still young and talented enough to be a difference maker with any team. He just has to stay healthy. That really is the bottom line. He's got to keep his health.
Kevin, the truth is, though he's had a number of injuries, they've all been different. It isn't one chronic thing. So with a little good luck, we could see him shine once more. And he placed that pass out in front of him and let him just run into it in rhythm.
The Bulls leading by 8. And Mack kicks to Nowitzki. And that one's good. Nowitzki's got 11 points here in just the second half.
I mean, he was great in his last game, Clark, and clearly he has not lost that love and feel.
Pass to Gordon. Down low, Horford. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Horford's got 26.
Wow, and how huge has he been today? Really just giving his team a nice lift.
Yeah, and he's kept them close enough to be within striking range. I mean, the deficit would be much larger if not for the efficiency of his play.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
And it will go, and the Bulls' lead is cut down to 6 on the bucket from James.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Now here's Beal. Pass to Nowitzki. The offensive rebound. Bogut. And it's sent back by Horford. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Horford. Goran Dragic is checked in for Chicago. Nowitzki outside, and stolen by James. Here's Lowry. That's in for his 5th field goal of the game. Makes him 5 for 12 so far.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Yeah, but they better rally soon because they've given up 3 straight buckets in the paint.
Dragic the pass to Kid Gilchrist. From the stripe. That one a little long.
And that's a well-contested shot.
Well, we've seen him before. He does not allow you to just get easy baskets. He's always going to make you work for it.
And yes, sir, that one drops.
Key buckets, and we know he delivers down the stretch.
Here's Beal, screened by Bogut, and it's Dragic off the drive, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. And one of Goran Dragic's greatest traits, Greg, excelling in the open court. High energy point guard, a lot like you, speed to burn, very smart guy, coveted by many.
He really is. And Kevin, he transitions from defense to offense as quickly as anyone in the league, a la Tony Parker, except he's also equally adept at facilitating for others and spotting up for the three, or just taking it to the rack himself.
Free throw job for Goran Dragic.
And, you know, back to Goran Dragic, many of his transition opportunities start with his aggressive defense. Very active with his hands, has the instincts to jump passing lanes, the long arms, to pick off passes. Suddenly, when he gets a steal, he's off and running.
Jarrett Jack has checked in for Kyle Lowry. Both free throws good from Dragic.
And talking about Goran Dragic, the one thing he has to be careful with is being over-aggressive on deep. Reaching for steals makes you susceptible to blow-bys and escape dribbles, and that can lead to uncontested layups and dunks for your opponent.
Now here's Dragic after Eric Gordon's miss. Screen by Bogut. Nowitzki left side. That's in, coming off an assist from Dragic. Dragic has got his 9th assist in the game now.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Now here is Jack. And there's the pass to Teletovic. Misses the three.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Up top, Dragic. Defended by Jack. Knocked away. Stolen by Gordon. And here come the Magic again. Orlando with the fast break. James dishes to Horford.
And you know, guys, Eric Gordon was an unbelievable three-point shooter last season. 45% from behind the arc. The first time he's been over 40% in his career.
The first free throw is good. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. The Bulls leading by 5. Now the feed to Dragic. Nowitzki outside. That doesn't go either for Nowitzki. You know, we were talking about Eric Gordon. He's always had great range, but not always the great shot selection.
You know, and that's a great point because, you know, we see now that he's starting to mature, starting to value every possession, and that's good news for the rest of that team.
Chicago's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Dragic kicks to Nowitzki. Back to Dragic. Screen by Bogut. It's Beal on the wing. A baseline J. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Andrew Bogut. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
He's been much more effective in the second half than he was in the first.
Assist from Goran.
The Magic trail by 5. Inside, here's Gordon. He scores his 6th bucket from the floor with that one. He's shot the ball 11 times.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
Chicago timeout call. Okay, fans, now coming on the court are your...
outside Dragic. He dishes it to Nowitzki. And that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. 27 points for Dirk Nowitzki.
And how about the bounce pass there being used to perfection?
LeBron outside. Rebound by the Bulls. They've led by as many as 14 points. Dragic with it, and it's Gordon picking him up. Nowitzki a screen. Here's Beal. Jack with the rebound.
I mean, look, no one guarding you. It's better to not pull up and try to lean.
From down low, it's deflected, and he gets it back. Horford the pass to Gordon. Back to Horford. It counts, and the foul. It's on Andrew Bogut.
They're trying to work it inside here, and they've had a little bit of success as they try to cut into that deficit. And getting it inside is one way to try to chip away at it.
Free throw good, Horford.
You really have to like the work they put in at the free throw line here in the half. I mean, they've been really aggressive in drawing fouls, and then they've been able to knock down their free throws.
And did not seem happy about how things are going on right now, and maybe wants to make some changes.
I agree. I mean, just was not comfortable with the way things were set up at that particular time. And in that case, I think it's the right thing to do.
Beal dishes to Bogut. And Beal kicks to Kid Gilchrist. Nowitzki a screen. And it's Kid Gilchrist penetrating. Teletovic grabs the board. Teletovic has got his 6th rebound on the night. James, the pass to Horford. Can't hit from in close. Chicago leading. Kid Gilchrist dishes to Dragic. Nowitzki outside. And it's Beal in the corner. Lock at 6. Screened by Bogut. Yes!
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Okay, fans, now coming up.
Jack against Dragic. LeBron kicks to Jack. Count it! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Those are huge points.
Beyond huge, partner. I mean, they needed that bucket desperately.
It's stolen by Jack. To tie it up. It's good! He has tied up this game. Oh, what a shot. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Screen by Bogut. Dragic kicks to Nowitzki. Connects!
Well, Dirk Nowitzki is a handful, and they're having a lot of trouble dealing with him.
James kicks to Jack. The shot is off. Dragic with some nice D, and that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game out.
Exactly. I mean, you got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. And the second of two is good. That makes it a 3-point lead. LeBron kicks to Jack. Here's Gordon, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Wow, he got whacked on that, which shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that brings them within 2 here. All free throws good from Eric Gordon. And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
But there was no time really to be selective. Stopping the clock was the priority.
And no good as the first free throw, missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. And he ends up missing both free throws. Back to James. For the win. Oh, that shot had a chance, but no good. And so the big win by Chicago in a tight game. What a show they put out here at home tonight.
Tremendous work all the way down to the wire. We were just wondering what would happen next. Major drama, and we saw good.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Yes, guys, I'm here with Goran Dragic. And Goran, what a nice show the team put on for your fans tonight.
Yeah, great game for us, for our fans. They were amazing. This kind of games is really enjoying to play. And we are hustling on every play, defense and offense. And, I'm really happy that we won that game.
You enjoyed it, and we enjoyed it. Thank you, Goran. Guys, back to you.
All right, Doris, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. Now we'll head over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson, who's not too far away. EJ?
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Dirk Nowitzki. During the second half, it seemed like he was simply on a mission. Really didn't let up.
This guy's been doing this his whole career. Man, we're talking about a Hall of Famer here, an icon in the city he brought a championship to. Not forget, one of the greatest shooters in NBA history.
A tremendous night of shooting the basketball for him tonight. He was nearly 60% from the field. Ernie, 60. That's Shaq-like numbers. Okay, that's Kenny Smith-like numbers. I'm telling you, this guy was outstanding. I love the way he shot it all over the place.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope you enjoyed the show. From myself, Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.